Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and today we're going to be setting up our sinking funds and our transaction log spread. I have my thick washi extra bits here since I do use an extra strip for the transaction log and my debt payment. And then I have my sinking funds and transaction log sheet. So let's go ahead and get right in. We did already set up our December budget for variable, December budget in general, along with our monthly view and our dashboard together in previous videos. And then we are going to set up our sinking funds and transaction log on these two sheets. I like to put the transaction log on this side. It's just what's been working out. So I'm going to just continue doing that. Sinking funds is going to go on the right side. So let's see here. It's always fun for me to do our sinking funds. I feel like I always set them up and actually calculate them with you guys on camera too. I don't really like pre-balance this section just to show you guys like my thinking process and how I truly just kind of figure out how much I add to each category. I like to have sinking funds kind of like run on separate categories that we don't really use day to day, like how we would use our daily categories or our electronic cash envelopes. These are just ones that are kind of just here in case we do end up needing them for the month. Things like for our pup's medical or our medical, car insurance, sewer and water bill that comes out quarterly, things like that. I think there's once that I did set up a sinking fund for a goal to purchase an item, but normally these are not really like specific goals. They're just run on categories for things that we might use. But alrighty, so I think I'm going to set up the whole thing like we usually do. I'm gonna put all the washi and everything down. And the reason why is because I don't know, I guess it's just what I'm accustomed to doing all the time. But I'm going to just do that and then we'll draw the lines and we'll come back to kind of fill in the actual spread together. And you guys also might hear my baby in the background crying. She's getting put down for a nap right now. I don't know if she'll wake up. Her time has been like really off lately, but anyway, okay. So I just drew the lines and this is what the sinking funds is looking like so far. So let's go ahead and fill in the categories. Alrighty, so the first category is going to be for car insurance. I tend to have the more important ones at the top. These are like bills that come out that we have to pay for. But first one is going to be for car insurance. Car insurance comes out every 6 months. I think we did that because it was cheaper, so we just have it paid every 6 months. Because we did change to a different car insurance, I'm gonna see if maybe if we can do annually. Is that even cheaper maybe? So we'll have to find out. But we have $80 left in this because we did have car insurance come out last week. And then we have sewer and water. Sewer and water is 2 separate bills and they both come out quarterly. I just like to have them both in this category. But we have $177 left over. Then we have our holiday category. For our holiday category, we have $275 left over in here. And then for Pups Medical, we have $108 left. For our medical, we had a couple of bills come out this month too for this, so we will have to put more in here, but this was $10 left over for medical, which is good because it's not negative. We have our babies category, which is definitely negative. For our babies category, we are negative by $106, which was not the most expected. We were not expecting to spend this much. I feel like a lot of the categories that we said that we don't spend from that much last month, we ended up doing so we jinxed ourselves. But next category after that is car maintenance. I feel like I cannot spell today, but car maintenance, we currently have $63 in here since we did have to get an oil change last month. I think it was an oil change. But gifts, gift and treating. We usually always use this category every single month, so I'm very surprised that last month was the first month, I feel like in the whole year, that we did not use this category. So we still have $113 in there, which is really nice to know. Then we have our home category. Home, we are still negative 119, so hopefully we can beef this up. Home is just to cover anything home related. It's like household items. If we want to purchase a new piece of furniture or dishware or anything like that, it comes out of our home category. And the reason why this went negative is because I think back in October we ended up refreshing and upgrading our stools that we have for our counter because they were just not in the best shape after a few years, and our baby crawls around that area, so we just wanted to just upgrade our stools. Next category is dates. Dates category, we had leftover of $8 last month. Then for clothes category, I feel like when we use it, we use all of it, but when we don't use it, it sits here for quite a bit of time collecting. So I guess that's like good. But then we have Pups food. Pups food, we have $89 left over. I believe we ended up purchasing some more food this month, if I'm not mistaken. So I have to check that. But then we have Easy Pass. Easy Pass, we have $35 in here. So we have our office category. I think office ended up going into the negatives because we ended up using this quite a bit last month as well. That was $54 in the negative for office. We have our beauty category. I ended up using the beauty category last month, so we have $60 left in here. And then last but not least, we have our unbudgeted. Our unbudgeted, this is kind of where all of our, it's like a cushion, I guess, so we don't have to touch savings. This is kind of just a little bit of extra funds. I would like to try to get this somewhere closer to like a few hundred in here. So it's a better cushion so we can cover things that come up unexpectedly, so we don't have to touch our savings account, because you guys know I really don't like touching. Okay, so now let's figure out how much we're going to add to each category. So how I like to do this is I like to just kind of just pick and choose which ones are the most important to fund first, and then the leftovers kind of get spread out through the rest of the categories. So we know that we budgeted for the month for our sinking funds. We set aside $725. This is what is going to fund our sinking funds. So the total that we put in each category, the total at the bottom should be $725. But first, I realized I never tallied this up. So the total after adding all of our starting amounts for each category, the total starting amount we have in our sinking funds is $979. And then that broken down is all of these little subcategories and how much we have designated in each one. Let's talk about how much we're going to add to each one. So we know we have $725 to start with for these categories. For car insurance, we don't have to pay car insurance again for 6 months. So I think for right now, I'm just going to add $75 in here since we have so many negatives. So that's minus $75. And then sewer and water. Sewer and water does come out. One of them comes out this month. Let's see which one comes out this month. So for December, we have water that comes out this month. And water is usually always around like 130-ish, 135 max. And then our sewer comes out and that always goes around 140-ish. So let's put $75 in there. I think is okay for right now. So let's do 75 as well. I think next month I might put some more in there. We're wrapping up the holiday season. This covers all holidays. It's not just Christmas. It's for like anything holiday related. I realized having a generic holiday category is really nice. So I think we're just gonna add like $25 in here. Yeah, I think $25 is good. Next we have Pups Medical. For Pups Medical, I think I'm gonna add 25 as well. And then for our medical, we have to add a good amount. Same with baby. Let's skip those for now. For car maintenance, I don't think we have to do anything anytime soon. So let's just do 20 for right now. For gifts and treating, I don't think we have to add anything in this. So I'm gonna leave that for right now. Let's go to clothes. Clothes, I'm just gonna add $10. So that's $10. For Pups food, we did purchase more food this month. So I'm thinking of adding $30. So that's 30. So I subtracted 30. So far we still have $465 left to kind of spread out. Easy Pass, let's just add $5. Office, we're in a negative. Beauty, I'm not going to add anything. I think that category is fine. So let's go backwards real quick. I know medical, we had around like 150 in bills so far. So let's just put that in there for now. So 150. We still have 310. Baby category, I want to put this back in the positives. Let's do 150 as well. So that's another 150. We still have $160 left. So gifts and treating, we won't add anything. That leaves unbudgeted, we'll just leave it alone too. We won't add anything. I think for home, we want to purchase like some cleaning supplies and stuff. So maybe we'll add like 150. I'm thinking. So that's minus 150. We still have $10. We'll leave dates as is. And then we'll just add that remaining $10 here. We'll still be negative in this category, but at least we canceled out some negatives. So hopefully we'll see how we are at, where we're at the end of the month. But now, just to double check that this all equals up to $725, I'm going to add this up real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so yes, the total equals $725 that we set as the budget at the beginning of the month. So we're looking good for sinking funds. 25. Alrighty, so hopefully that white out doesn't make it too ugly, but that is looking really good for sinking funds. At least we don't have so many negatives, hopefully. I don't think I've ever had this many negatives in sinking funds, at least not at a given time. So that's different for this year for sure. Now let's go ahead and just lay down our transaction log. For our transaction log, we are just going to be laying it down, and this transaction log spread is specifically for our sinking funds. Of course, it doesn't have to be, it could just be for other things as well, but for me it definitely works to have our sinking funds separated out from the rest of our categories. So that is what this specific spread is for. And then I realized I actually don't have like another thin washi. I realized I don't have another thin washi, so I am going to have to probably like, I don't know if it'll look weird if I do the cookies one. I didn't realize I wouldn't have enough thin washi because I always end up using the same design for the month usually, but since this month I'm using design 1 and design 2, I don't have enough thin washi. So I don't have any more either print and cut currently, but I'm thinking of just grabbing one from the other spread. So from our weekly check-in sheets and our weekly balance, I don't use both of the thin washies. So I'm going to grab one of them and just put it at the bottom. I don't think it looks too bad, honestly. I still think it looks really cute. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Okay, I think that looks perfectly fine. So I'm going to draw the lines real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I'm back. I just drew the lines real quick. So this sinking fund sheet is now done. And this is what it's looking like. So let me just show you guys real quick what both of the spreads look like side by side. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. So this is what it's looking like for our sinking funds and transaction log. And then we have, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love this season's festive colors and patterns. Okay, so that's actually going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much as always for tuning in. I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.